I am Scott Humphrey, CEO of the World Floor Covering Association, and this is Leadership Live. You hear me talk a lot about legacy. In fact, you may say, why do you talk so much about legacy? Well, this will be a Scottism, but I'll just tell you that my belief is leadership without legacy is nothing more than narcissism. It's a focus on oneself. If your leadership is not impacting the lives of other people or improving the status of the world, then your leadership is all about you. One of my pet peeves has always been people who talk a lot about themselves. Generally, I find if you're talking a lot about yourself, it's because others are not willing to talk about you, that you feel you have to. Several years ago, I was in the airport in Atlanta. Now, anyone who knows me would vouch for the fact that I tend to walk a little faster than I should, and I'm often looking down at my phone or something else. As I was walking through the airport on this particular day, somebody was coming out of one of the stores there, and we bumped into each other. I began to apologize profusely even before looking up, and the gentleman that I bumped into also was apologizing. As I looked up, I realized I was looking face to face into the eyes of hammering Hank Aaron, a gentleman who we lost recently, but a sports legend. We talked for 10 or 15 minutes. He was so gracious, so humble. And I remember telling him that I admired him. I admired him first because he played for the Atlanta Braves. They were my favorite team. I also admired him because he had broken the long-standing home run record of Babe Ruth. In fact, he did that just a few days after my birthday in 1974 on April the 8th. But more than that, we talked very little about baseball. I shared with him more that I admired his character. Here's a person who rarely talked about himself, did not seek out interviews to talk about what he had accomplished. He let his accomplishments speak for themselves. But I admired him for the way that he had conducted himself in the midst of a very trying time. What many people didn't realize is while he was in the race to surpass Babe Ruth as the home run king, there was a great deal of racism going on in the Southeast. And Hank Aaron rode above that. He didn't use that to tout what he was accomplishing as a spark for him to do more. He simply carried himself in a way that people respected him no matter what their color was. Much in the vein of Martin Luther King, who chose to let his character speak for what was important to him. Hank Aaron was an amazing man and an amazing reminder that there are certain things that weigh heavier than our accomplishments. And one of those things is certainly character. Let me say again, if your leadership is not creating legacy, then it is nothing more than narcissism. Our leadership should be changing the world, changing the lives of other people, or leaving behind actions and information that will do so. Leadership is not leadership to benefit us. Leadership is leadership to benefit those around us and the following generations. I am thankful for the life of Hammer and Hank Aaron, a man of phenomenal character who crossed racial divide and made a difference. We need more people like Hammer and Hank. If you're a leader, go out there. Make a difference. Focus on doing things that will outlive you and leave.